This is Evening Star Oracle. My name is Mandy, and today we're going to be doing a general Pisces collective reading today. This is a new little setup here. Ooh, cards already flying out. Maybe that's a sign. Yeah, I'm going to just take that. I cannot teach, I let go. Yeah, I'll continue. I'll take that since cards want to start flying already as soon as we get into the grill. But yes, how are you guys doing today? I hope you like this face-to-face readings. These are I'm trying to see if this is something I can do more and more often to make it more personable, you know, so you can see my face. All right, so we're just gonna pull out some energetic cards. That is for the Pisces collective at this time. Thank you, Spirit. And these energetic cards, these are meant to just set the scene for the reading, and we'll dive a little bit more deeper about your career and love, and see what comes through for those. And then at the end of this message, we're going to give a ending reading, or excuse me, a final card that's going to talk about a message for you to take with you and, you know, incorporate into your life moving forward. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna pull one more. I feel like Spirit wants to have one more energetic card come out. That's being a little bit difficult here. Okay, actually more than one, so we'll just go ahead and take them all. Looks like we got all the colors. Well, no, not all the colors, but we got mainly the throat chakra and up, and some heart and some sacral chakra energy that we have here as well. And actually, no, it is maybe a little bit of it all, but we also have the sacral, what is the orange color? It's eluding me right at this moment, but we'll go ahead and go into the different messages and the different energy that we got going here. So let's see, we have positive action. It's a beautiful purple color. This says, I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go and entrust to God. Ooh, so this is telling me that this is meant to be, the messages that are coming through that's important for you to understand is that you need to let go and let God, okay? Live in the present moment. Don't let your mind run from you, okay? Just focus on the beauty, coming back to yourself. I see that essence here, coming back to source, coming back to that stillness and that quietness that's internal. Don't focus too much on the external. Now it's time to come back to the internal is definitely what I'm getting here, and just being okay with the things that you cannot change. Then we have here the path to light. So this says, I make the conscious choice to move toward the light one step at a time. I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. So Pisces, it looks like you're being called to come back to yourself, to be connecting with source. So it looks like you're being asked to come back and center in the stillness to yourself, so that you can be able to overcome obstacles with a lot more detachment, rather than holding on to that which you cannot change. It's really about trying to find a way to strengthen that bond with God, to strengthen that bond with source, to strengthen that bond with detachment and acceptance for what you cannot change. So it seems like there's a lot of inner work here that I'm starting already feeling here. Inner work and prayer and separation from the thoughts that aren't serving you. I'm like literally seeing God like plucking you out of that way of thinking and putting you in this other space and just isolating you so that you can look at everything that you're looking at from a more detached perspective. Yeah, you cannot change the past, but you can change the present. You have power over the present. Then we have divine light. I am an expression of love and I shine like the sun. So now it's also, this is talking about authenticity, right? So it's saying, I am an expression of love. I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. So yes, you are coming back to yourself, Pisces. The Pisces collective is coming back to themselves and making sure that they're walking in their authenticities as well. Making sure that when they walk with authenticity, it's from a place of faith and certainty that you are one with God. So you one with source, whomever or however you wish to put a name to all that is. That's what the Pisces collective is currently focusing on, which is very beautiful. The authenticity, showing up authentically, showing up. How can you not only show up authentically, but also make sure that, let me reframe that. The way you'll show up authentically is first starting with the inner work. There are things that you are neglecting, Pisces. There are things that you are not focusing on that is important and pivotal for the path that you're going to be taking. And I'm channeling information as we speak now. There are aspects of yourself that you are not looking at. And if you are looking at them, you're looking at them wrong. You need to isolate and look at the circumstances in front of you. What are you missing? How are you reacting to situations or to people? What triggers within you when certain situations occur? Does it make you feel good? Are you recognizing the emotional body that you are carrying? Are you recognizing the parts of yourself that is not in tune with the way that you believe should be reacted? Like, you should be coming from a place of equilibrium. I learned a word today, equanimity, in handling a lot of the situations that arise, any situation. So you're really trying to, the Pisces collective is starting to now take a step back, basically, if not being forced to by all that is, voluntarily taking a step back to look at how they're showing up for themselves and for those that they love, or for other situations that are important for them. How can they show up in the best way that they can? The only way you can show up in your full authenticity is if you take the time to sit with yourself, to sit with you. And then we have here guidance. In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my faith to God and my faith is rewarded. So this card is talking about here that the Pisces collective is being required to, at this time, to learn to follow that which is their instinct. Just like I said earlier, in terms of following what feels good, right? You're being, like, I see positive action, the path to light, divine light, guidance. Like, I feel like there's like, you're like the Pisces collective, you is starting to begin walking down a path that is one with Source. That you're going to now think of Source and yourself and how you're responding to situations in how you act in your life, how you attract the things that you desire. So the Pisces collective is definitely starting to elevate and do the work to get them to continue to elevate, because there's things that are still holding them back. We have me. I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to, honor, and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. So Pisces, you're being required to look within you and see where you're not loving yourself. What is popping up for you? So maybe you could be the most confident person in the world and you believe that you do love yourself to such a degree. But there's maybe a situation or something that just triggers you and makes you think that you're not enough in some way. Or makes you think like for a split second, and then it disappears because you have good defense mechanisms. Who knows, and there's that like part of you, sorry, my dog, let me pee. And there's this part of you that you aren't realizing is missing an aspect of love, right? That you think that you're not worthy of something. There's worthiness that's coming up too. So it's really about learning to listen to what do you deserve and how are you showing up for yourself? How are you loving you? And what are you missing? It's just a process of love. This is all a process of love, okay? Like coming back to yourself, isolating to do a little inner work is love. You're doing that part. You're doing exactly what you should do as a soul, as a human being with a soul. You're choosing to cater to the parts of yourself that need to be paid attention to. Because I feel like, I don't know if you go through like you realize, but as you go through life, like the experiences that you have and you develop, they carry with you sometimes and you don't realize that they do. Like you can, consciously, oh, I let that go a long time ago, right? But for some reason, it still somehow shows up to some degree. And it's not even like the person's trying to hurt you or, the circumstances, it's the same thing. It's really not. It's kind of like post-traumatic disorder. Like, you think you're about to get bombed, right? But because you heard a ball drop or whatever, it takes you to a place that's not happening then. So it's kind of the same with, little happenings that occur. You don't even realize it, but you brush it underneath the rug. It's like PTSD, but in the smallest form, like that's the best I can classify that. But that's what Pisces Collective is really starting to notice, is that there are aspects of themselves that they didn't realize was an issue until they took the steps to isolate and ask those questions. So good for you, Pisces, because now you're starting to do the work and you're going to see a lot of good a good outcome from this. The overall energy in God's hands, my trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. So this is definitely this is like the overarching energy here. This color is matching the color of my room here. It's the sacral, so the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. Okay, it came to me, y'all. I'm so silly. Okay. So this is the sacral, okay? Yeah, I'll get it, okay? So the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, okay. The sacral chakra is the color there. So, but regardless of that, the message is that overall, the energy is that now your faith is starting to become stronger in the divine. And that's really what Spirit is pointing you towards, is helping you to navigate towards becoming more one with source, all that is, and that nothing is separate. This world is an illusion, and I'll go down the rabbit hole a whole other time, but everyone is here for a divine purpose, and that divine purpose is to learn who they truly are in this human body, to remember it, and to elevate and overcome the things that are still holding back. Because the human body is not immune to trauma, okay? Is not immune to heartbreak. There will always be something that is lingering in your energy field or your spirit body, right? From past hurt. It will always be there until you learn to transmute that energy into something that's more beneficial for you. And that's something that you're also actively aware of. Okay? So let's go ahead and see what collective messages we got from the tarot right now. We have the Nine of Fire, the Hanged Man. Just pulling out some tarot cards. These are the general energy cards, and then we'll pull out to back up what I've been talking about, and then we'll pull out the career and love. So general, we'll just pull out 4 here. So we got the Nine of Fire, so that's the Nine of Wands. So it's talking about like the energy of being, what's the word? Wore down, but still wanting to fight. So that's definitely that basically talks about the energy of the collective in general. Like Pisces, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of hurdles, but you're still showing a fight. So that's very wonderful. And you're showing a fight because we have the Hanged Man here. So there's also the looking at things from a different perspective. So yeah, like you continue to find ways to sacrifice old ways of thinking, Pisces. Continue to think of the old ways that worked for you before on specific situations. They will not work for you now. You need to be open and amenable to change. And change can be good. Change may not feel good, but change in perception is meant to help you expand. So you're going through like an expansionary period, and you have a lot of willpower and desire to do that for yourself, and that is beautiful. We have the Five of Fire, so standing your ground, stand in your truth, stand in your authenticity, like I had said earlier. These are all generality of the whole message that I've been saying. And then the Ace of Fire, new beginnings, new passionate beginnings, new ideas. This is wonderful. I feel like Spirit is saying like you're going to be receiving a lot of new ideas of expansion, new ideas that light you up because you have been isolating yourself and doing the inner work. So you're going to be seeing a lot that's going to be a new beginning is about to come because you've been standing in your truth. You've been, doing your part. And if not, and you do that, which you're about to, because like I said earlier, you're either being plucked by source to be put into isolation and force yourself to look at you, or you are voluntarily doing it. And once you go through that process, you're going to be wanting to stand firm in your own truth, in what you need, in what boundaries you want to lay. And then you're going to also have new insights, new inspirations, new beginning, new things coming forward for you. So let's see what's coming forward for career for Pisces. We got King of Air, Page of Fire, Queen of Fire. A lot of fire energy here, Pisces. So it's definitely a time for action for you guys. And Page of Water. So that is wonderful. So from what I'm seeing here, Pisces, regardless of you doing the inner work and getting back to source, I see a lot of action as well. So in terms of career, I see that there's the King of Air here that we have, and he's a very certain and logical individual, and he doesn't have fluff. Like there's no fluff about the King of Air. So in terms of career, I feel like you have a set structure for some that has a very set structure in terms of what they have going on. So I feel like career is pretty solid at this point of time. There is some interest by the Page of Fire for some expansion, some new ideas. So I see some solid, energy here. But there's some need for like expansion, something that's a little bit more exciting. For some are very stable, some want some more excitement. The Queen of Fire here talks about the Queen of Wands, and she's someone who's authentic and likes to step out and show herself and be in her authentic self. So I feel like you're also, if you're not already in a solid position, you're also looking to expand and get into a position that's going to help you help you embody this new Queen of Fire here. And the Page of Water talks about messages. Page of Fire and the Page of Water are both messages in terms of like, it could be intuitive messages of expansion or, actual messages from other individuals, like the Page of Water here that's talking about like offers or new beginnings of something, or, conversations about possible new endeavors. So it's like there's definitely some solid energy here. So in terms of career, you're going to be, if you're not already, you're in a solid place, but I feel like there's also this energy of wanting to be in a career that is going to pull on your authentic self, that's going to help you expand your skill set and help you also be more in alignment with where you're trying to head to. Because I see that energy of like planning here for some reason. I see that energy of planning and wanting to expand a little bit more to help you get to this next level of ascension. Because I feel like you're elevating, but you need your career to elevate with you. So there's this element of wanting to definitely elevate in terms of career. But for some, there's like, there's definitely stability. Like there's happiness and joy regarding not just joy, but interest about their career, and they got a lot going on. Maybe some are like, they have their career, great. Maybe there's going to be conversations about expanding within that career, within that business, conversations that are going to be, emotionally fulfilling, things of that sort, conversations with peers, because there's masculine and feminine energies here. So it's really like the career space is going to be a solid, like there's going to be some solid, a solid foundation that's going to incorporate both exactly what you need and exactly who you are. Like that's what I see for career. If it's not happening now, it's about to happen soon. And then let's do for love. So we did career. Now we're gonna do for love. In the love space, what's going on for the Pisces collective? What messages do you have? This one wanted to come out. Four of Water. Page of Earth. Patience and the Chariot. So in terms of love, I see here that for some, there is some like contemplation. I see that the love area is a little bit stagnant. It's like I kind of see like a progression here, because with the Four of Water, I see someone who, is uncertain as towards whether to take this person's, cup of water or cup of love. There's like a little bit of confusion here, but then we have the Page of Earth where there's conversations about, stability. Like it's not the Knight of Pentacles, but this is the Page of Pentacles. So it's someone who, in terms of love, like there's conversations that are being had about the potential future. And so I see there's like confusion surrounding it, but then there's also some that are having conversations maybe with the same individual, but there are desires too. So maybe there is someone that's on your mind that you do want to proceed forward with, but it's moving a little slow because we have the Patience card here. So this card reminds me that patience will bring me into recognition of and alignment to my purpose. All my needs are met, even though I may not see it yet in the outer visible world. The angels are looking out for me. Moderation in all things is required for that. Actually, it's temperance. So believing that things are, going to unfold within due time. So maybe there's like anticipation of wanting things to work with someone, but things are moving a little slow. But there's the Chariot at the end, and this is telling me that in terms of this person or this situation or whomever it is that you're thinking about, it's going to be victorious. So there will be victory at the end of it all. It's going to be moving fast very soon. And I'm curious to know how soon that's going to be. Let's see. How soon will this occur, Spirit? Thank you. The Queen of Earth. Ooh, interesting. How soon will this be? Oh. The Queen of Earth is telling me it's someone who's like grounded and stable. Ooh, I think it means when you are stable internally, that's when things will begin to pick up pace. When you have a stable inner world, that's when things are going to pick up pace. Because the Queen of Earth, she has everything stable, right? Her foundation here, she has her foundation stable. She has her life stable, right? Just what's unstable is what's internal. Like there's this this teeter-tottering between wanting to be at peace versus being in confusion. So there's that energy there. So Spirit is saying, like, once you are fully stable, and that includes your inner world, you're going to start to see things pick up pace. Not just with career or looking out for expansion or offers or whatever that is that you're looking to do, but ideas and things of that nature that are inspiring to you, like you're starting to see the passion in life again and for yourself because you want to give to yourself. That's when things are going to like start to pick up pace and you're going to be victorious about it. There's going to be so much willpower behind this. Like, I feel like it's a union because there was a Two of Cups that came out earlier. With career, actually. It was actually with career. The Two of Cups with career was at the bottom of the deck. But the bottom of the deck for this is Messenger of Air. I think that's Knight of Air. Yeah, it's also supporting the Chariot, which is fast energy. Because literally, like, we have slow energy, Earth is slow, and then we have patience. Like, slow energy here, right? And then next thing you know, bam, we got the Chariot coming in, hot, guns a-blazing, hot, victorious. Like, the energy is next level. So Pisces, it seems like, yeah, you're going to be having a lot of victory in terms of the love space when you begin to work on your inner self a little bit more and start to recognize where you are, holding yourself back, where you're keeping yourself from truly accomplishing the things that you desire. And then things are going to start to pick up because you're going to be so busy and focused on just your development that it's like that which you deserve is just going to come flooding to you. It requires patience. Plus, you can't control what the other person's journey is, You can't force them to want to be on the same page as you if your journeys are not the same. They may be similar, but they're not the same. probably whatever they need to learn, or whatever they need to do, is probably something that you might not fully comprehend. And maybe that's something that if you can't fully comprehend it, they sure as heck can't comprehend it themselves because they're learning. So it's just really about, just really think about this relationship. Think about whatever it is by taking a step back and, having those conversations so that you can see how you're going to build, and then letting things just like flow from there while you work on your inner. So no brash decision making do I see here, nothing crazy. I just see things very straightforward to that. But now we're going to do the final messages that we have here. This was a long-winded message. So let's see what we got here for Pisces. What parting messages do we have for Pisces? The Pisces Collective. What parting messages do we have for the Pisces Collective? Okay, we'll take these. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Do I surround myself with people who lift me up? And what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? So in terms of this card says, do I surround myself with people who lift me up? It says the people with whom we surround ourselves determine who we become. Does your tribe fill you up? Do they inspire you? Do they believe in you? Do they help you step into your greatest potential? Today's soul action: make a desire list of the type of people with whom you wish to surround yourself, and clarify if there is anyone in your life who no longer serves you. Can you love them from a distance? So what that card's telling me is that although you're being called to do a lot of inner work and realignment with Source, don't neglect, surrounding yourself with people that love you. You're not being asked to isolate yourself 100% and not go out. That's not what Spirit is saying. Why don't you look for people who are positive, or put yourself in spaces or environments that you would be able to connect with people who lift you up and have the same interests as you. That will help you navigate the feelings that you've been having. That's what I really feel that Spirit is saying. So continue to make sure you surround yourself with people, because it's important. We are social beings, and you're not alone in everything that you feel. So what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it? Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? What if you were to take life into your hands and forge your own path? Put your heart into action. Ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared, take the leap. Today's soul action: no more thinking, only doing. Be brave, and you will discover what you are really made of. Wild soul, strong heart, can't lose. So that goes very well in terms of like what I had said, that there is a lot of interest of beginning new things, a lot of things that you want to do that's new, a lot of things that are inspiring you. So Spirit is saying, like, do them, do the things that come up when you think about them, when you are thinking about how you want to better yourself. Are you acting on them, or are you pushing them to the side? And if you are, why? That's something that's very important. Why are you pushing to the side the things that will make you happy, the things that will bring you joy? Why are you pushing them to the side? So it's like, that's very important. So Spirit just wants you to act on what inspires you, and surround yourself with people that love you and will only want to see the best happen for you. So that's all I have for you, Pisces. I hope this resonated with you. And if it did, give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you want any more of my readings, or if there's anything else that I need to do to help make this a much enjoyable one. All right? Well, if there's nothing else, till next time, bye.